How do some people seem to get invited onto podcasts and panels all the time without constantly pitching themselves? Have you ever wondered that? You see their announcements on LinkedIn, excited to be a guest on, or honored to moderate this panel. And you think, are they just spending hours cold pitching behind the scenes? Sometimes, but often, no. Welcome to the Confident Speaker Podcast by Speaking Your Brand. This is your host, AI Carol. Let's talk about how to get invited to speak on podcasts or panels without pitching nonstop, because you don't need to be in a constant hustle mode to become visible. A few years ago, one of our clients told me, I don't have the energy to keep emailing podcast hosts every week. She was tired, and honestly, that energy shows when you're pitching from a place of scarcity. So we shifted her strategy. Instead of chasing every opportunity, she focused on becoming known in a few intentional spaces. Within 6 months, invitations started coming to her, not because she was louder, not because she was everywhere, but because she was visible and relevant in the right rooms. Here are 3 ways you can do the same. First, build strategic visibility where decision makers already are. Podcast hosts, event organizers, and conference planners are not hiding. They're on LinkedIn. They're running local networking groups. They're speaking at industry events. Instead of pitching cold, start engaging warmly. Connect with them on LinkedIn, comment thoughtfully on their posts, share their podcast episodes, and tag them. If they're hosting an event, attend it. If you have a podcast of your own, invite them to be a guest. When your name becomes familiar, the dynamic shifts. You're no longer a cold pitch in their inbox. You're someone they recognize. Familiarity builds trust, and trust leads to invitations. Second, optimize your digital presence so you can be found. This is the quiet engine behind inbound invitations. Make sure your LinkedIn headline includes the word speaker, panelist, or your core topic. In your About section, clearly state what you speak about and who it's for. Use phrases event organizers would search for. On your profile and in your post, talk about your speaking topics regularly. Share photos from events. Post short insights that reflect your thought leadership. I can't tell you how many times someone has said, we found you on LinkedIn and loved how you talk about this topic. If you don't position yourself as a speaker publicly, people won't think to invite you. You don't have to pitch nonstop when your presence is doing the positioning for you. Third, become known for a clear, distinct message. This might be the most important piece. If your topic is vague, more like leadership or confidence, it's harder for someone to think, oh, she'd be perfect for this panel. But if you're known for something specific, like, for example, helping high-achieving women escape the expert trap or teaching executives how to tell strategic stories, now you're memorable. People refer clarity. Panels and podcasts often come together quickly. An organizer thinks we need someone who talks about X. Who do we know? If your name is mentally linked to a specific idea, you're going to come up in that moment. This is why thought leadership matters. It makes you referable. And here's something else I want you to consider. You don't need dozens of invitations. You need alignment. One well-placed podcast can lead to 3 more. One strong panel appearance can put you in front of an event organizer for a future keynote. One relationship can open multiple doors. This isn't about volume, it's about resonance. So instead of asking, how can I pitch more? Try asking, where do I want to become known? Who needs to see me consistently? Is my message clear enough that people can describe it in a sentence? When you shift from chasing opportunities to building visibility in relationships, invitations become a byproduct, not the goal. You don't have to burn yourself out. You don't have to be in everyone's inbox. You need clarity, consistency, and connection. Start there. If you'd like support clarifying your message, positioning yourself as a speaker, and creating a visibility strategy that actually feels sustainable, you can find ways to work with us at speakingyourbrand.com. And make sure to follow the Confident Speaker Podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify for more insightful and actionable strategies to grow your speaking and thought leadership. This on-demand episode was generated by my AI voice clone, trained on speaking your brand content.